You are listening to WTUZ Radio Podcast. Welcome to WTUZ Radio Podcast. This is Rhonda. This will be real quick. This morning on the local news here, there was a quick news story talking about a school that is giving $100 payment incentive for 12-year-olds to get the vac. So, of course, that sparked my interest. So, this particular podcast is really just a quick, notice to parents in case you're not aware, so you can be in tune on what is going on. This is parents, caution to the parents about children being vaxxed. So let me real quick pull up this article that is going around in our particular local area. Nelsonville, York City Schools requires masking to give $100 to students who get vax on campus. Nelsonville, Ohio, vac clinic at Nelsonville, York Schools will give each student that completes the Pfizer vac $100. The details are students must complete a vac form to get the first dose of the vac by, that's really this week, Wednesday, September 15th at the high school. Okay. Now on the news, they said 12-year-olds. All right. And last time I checked, I could be out of touch. It's been a minute since I've been in high school. I thought high school starts at 13, 14. Students will receive the money upon receiving the second dose. A form must be completed during the second visit. The money will come from the school district's, you peeping this, federal ESSER funds. As of Friday, September 10th, the District Board of Education voted to require masks by all students, staff, and visitors and contractors. As of Friday, the district had a total of 10 active cases and 7 people who have recovered from the virus. A list of links and forms can be found on the school district's virus dashboard, okay? So again, this is just from the local Columbus, Ohio news about a school district, Nelsonville York School, which this is outside of Columbus City school limits, okay? All right, so I kind of did just a quick search to see how, if this is kind of going widespread across the country. And of course it is. So let me pull something from MSNB News, and this came out on the 9th. BioNTech to seek approval soon for vax for children as young as 5. BioNTech has said it is expected to file its regulatory dossier on the 5 to 11-year-olds in September. It has also laid out plans to seek approval in children age, 6 months to 2 years later this year. Okay. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to, real quick, sorry, I was shocked about that because I was pulling the article for Los Angeles mandates COVID vaccines for student over 12. Okay, so this seems to be the push right now this month is for students over 12. Now, what I don't know, and parents, this is for you to be on alert. If the students over 12 need your permission to still get the vac, okay, so that's up to you to kind of do your due diligence if you do have your children attending school to find out if this is the case so you can navigate accordingly. Now, again, my stance is it doesn't matter to me what people do, whether they get it or not. It's your body, it's your choice. But that even further goes along on my stance. It is your body, it is your choice. So meaning mandating someone to do something for their own individual health, for their own individual health situations, I am personally against it. Okay. All right. So with that said, let me play this vid of California. As usual, California leading the way on these controversial issues. So just a second. Okay.
Talk me through the process that led the school board districts in the country, Los Angeles. Well, today, one of the largest school districts in the country, Los Angeles County, took a bold step in the direction of the majority and President Biden's priorities, with the school board voting to mandate vaccinations for all students age 12 and over. Kelly Gomez is the president of the LA Unified School District Board of Education. She just voted to enact that vaccine mandate, and she joins me now. Great to have you in the program. First, I guess, talk me through the process that led the school board to this vote this afternoon.
Yes, thank you for having me, Chris. Well, throughout the pandemic, our school district has really been at the forefront of COVID safety since we opened our campuses last spring through our weekly testing program, a vaccine mandate for all of our employees, and more. So this step is really a continuation of that commitment to protecting our students, families, and staff. This fall, as our schools have reopened, despite all of those multi-layered protection strategies, we're seeing increased case rates due to the Delta variant and outbreaks at our schools. So we know that if we want to keep our schools safe and open for students to learn and thrive, this is a necessary step, and vaccinations are the single best way to protect our students individually and collectively from the threat of COVID-19.
Was it a unanimous vote?
It was a unanimous vote, yes.
And what has parent reception been like as you move towards this process in the wake of the sort of previewing of the announcement yesterday?
You know, I'm a mom of two young kids myself, too young to be vaccinated. And I know how hard it is as a parent in this pandemic to know exactly what's the best way to keep your children safe. So we know in a district where we serve 500,000 kids that not every family is going to agree with this step. And there's legitimate reasons why. There's been intentional misinformation from people like Donald Trump and his allies. We know that our Black and Brown communities have experienced discrimination in the medical system in the past. And so it's understandable that parents have legitimate questions and concerns, and we are here to answer them, to have compassionate conversations with every family so that they know the science and the facts about the vaccine and that they can meet this mandate when it kicks in January of 2022.
So it's going to be January 2022. Are you also offering on-school site vaccination? Like, will it be, or are you relying on the network that exists already?
No, absolutely. So we have already provided opportunities to be vaccinated at all of our secondary schools. We relaunched mobile vaccination clinics, which are going to every middle and high school in the district this fall. And we have community vaccination clinics where students can get vaccinated as well as their family members. And we really want to emphasize to our community that these vaccines are free, they're safe, effective. It doesn't matter if you have health insurance or what your immigration status is. The vaccine is available to you at your local public school.
Final question. This is just such an obvious one, but I have to ask it. I mean, it's obviously the case that in the LA Unified School District, children enrolling already have a variety of vaccine requirements, correct?
Yes, there is a whole host of vaccine requirements that they have to meet in order to come to our public schools in person. So this is just adding to this tradition of where we are requiring vaccinations to keep our schools safe and keep our communities safe.
All right, Kelly Gomez, I appreciate your compassion and equanimity. Thank you so much for making.
Okay, All right. So again, that was MSNBC. And this is saying that California, as usual, always the first one out the gate on controversial issues, and is also the reason why they are tagged the most liberal state in the country. And I have to throw in there, labeled the most failed liberal state in the country. So they are mandating the vac for all of children that go to the public school systems. So parents, just beware. Based on the newscast that Biden gave last week, I think that's the route he's going to go, because public schools receive federal funding. So just be on the lookout, and whatever you plan for your family personally, just take the precaution. What's going to be interesting about this is, number one, parents looking at from a concern of what they want their children to be exposed to from a healthcare perspective. As the lady in the video mentioned, public schools are already requiring vaccination records. There are already a requirement. So maybe this will make parents rethink in general that entire strategy. Okay, now again, it doesn't matter to me, neither here nor there. Everyone has their personal right, their personal decision. But this mandate across the board, not only for schools, for federal employees, and Biden trying to push for employers over any employer that has over 100 employees to mandate it. This is really, really unprecedented, people, because you are dealing with someone forcing the public to get something medical that they do not want. So now some of the governors have already come out the gate, particularly Republican governors, saying, no, it's not right, it's unconstitutional, and we will fight it. No surprising, Texas was the first out the gate. The Ohio governor also said it was unconstitutional. So get prepared. And that's just at the state level. That's not even getting down to the company level and individuals. So this is just putting this out there for parents to be aware. If you don't know what's going on in the local schools, you may want to check. If you do have an issue with your children getting the vax, you need to have that conversation with them. And also know where your particular school district stands, okay? And folks with younger babies under the age of 5, they're looking to create a vac for that as well. So be on the lookout for that as well. I hope everyone is well on this Monday. This is Rhonda with WTUZ Radio Podcast. Peace and love.